The greatest man to ever walk, Muhammad. The greatest man to ever walk, Muhammad. Salam on you, say, honored is your race. Salam on you, say, honored is your race. Rasulallah. Whatever I see, it's 'cause you made me realize that there is more than this dunya. And now I am free, but joined to your tree. I know that I adore you, Ya Rasulallah. Oh, the one who will light when I'm lost, give me sight in my grave, make it bright. Till today you're my guide, I'm always on your side, that I will never hide. The greatest man to ever walk, Muhammad. The greatest man to ever walk, Muhammad. Salam on you, say, honored is your race. Salam on you, say, honored is your race. Habiballah. Whatever I do is 'cause I know you. You show me how to be better, Abba Zahra. When that woman threw all that garbage on you, and you were so unbothered, Ya Rasulallah. Make me be more like you, only good I should do, hatred do not pursue. Make my patience to grow, your sunnah let me know, your greatness through me flow. The greatest man to ever walk, Muhammad. The greatest man to ever walk, Muhammad. Salam on you, say, honored is your race. Salam on you, say, honored is your race. Abba Zahra. Whatever I have, for your sake God gave. In your love all creation was made by Allah, and you just asked for, we hold on to your divinely sent Ahlul Bayt, Ya Rasulallah. May your chosen, I know, in their love let me grow, their hujjah to me show. My actions I reform, a helper I become, when the Mahdi will come. Rasulallah, Ya Rasulallah.
ما شاء الله ما شاء الله، الصلاة على رسول الله وآله. هل أنتم مستعدين للاحتفال بمولد النبي؟
إن شاء الله.
إذن بهذه المناسبة يلا نحتفل.
الصلاة عليك زين الأنبياء،
السلام عليك.
الصلاة عليك أتقى الأتقياء،
السلام عليك.
الصلاة عليك أصفى الأصفياء،
السلام عليك.
الصلاة عليك أحمد يا حبيبي،
السلام عليك.
الصلاة عليك طه يا طبيبي،
السلام عليك.
الصلاة عليك يا مسكي وطيبي. صلوات الله عليك.
مرحبا يا نور عيني،
مرحبا
مرحبا جد الحسيني.
Ladies and gentlemen, salam alaikum and congratulations to each and every one of you on this auspicious occasion of the birth of the greatest man to ever walk on this earth. My name is Muhammad Mahdi Karim from Warwick, Absock, and I'll be your host for today's event. And what an event it will be. It's generally in for a treat. But there again, the stature of the man that we're celebrating today deserves better and even more. This event has been diligently and gracefully organised by some of the Midlands Absocks. So before we go any further, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Aston, Birmingham, Warwick, Keele, Leicester and Nottingham Absocks, and also the Bain Group too. You know, on the way up, I was really buzzing. I know that in-person events have been going on for a while, but every time I step foot into a mosque, after the doors have reopened following COVID, that buzz that I got always seems to flood back. I remember doing this very event last year on Zoom, but this year has a completely different vibe. Why? Because we got people in person. So I'd like to thank you. Thank you very much for coming from wherever you've come from, because you are really the heart of this event. Now, this is my first Mawlid program in over 2 years. And with excellent speakers, reciters and poets, let this event bring happiness and excitement to drown the sorrows and sadness of the last year or so. We have some stalls, some excellent attar. We have a raffle and a quiz too. So buy some raffle tickets and get those quiz hats on. And of course, you can't have a celebration without food. The biryani's just arrived, so you'll be getting that at the end. You see, the mercy to mankind was no ordinary man. He was an exemplary role model, political leader and religious scholar, the embodiment of life's most sublime manual, the Quran, the epitome of truthfulness, trustworthiness, justice, love and generosity, a man who turned setbacks into opportunities for growth, and a man who never let success faze him. He taught us how to attain proximity to God and nothing but God. And it's in this light that we're going to start this event with some words from the Book of God. Our first reciter is someone who I've had the pleasure of hearing quite a lot. So can we please welcome Muhammad Silji with a loud salawat.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجان من مارج من نار فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان رب المشرقين ورب المغربين فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يخرج منهما اللؤلؤ والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان وله الجوار المنشآت في البحر كالأعلام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يسأله من في السماوات والأرض كل يوم هو في شأن فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان سنفرغ لكم أيها الثقلان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يا معشر الجن والإنس إن استطعتم أن تنفذوا من أقطار السماوات يا معشر الجن والإنس إن استطعتم أن تنفذوا من أقطار السماوات والأرض فانفذوا لا تنفذون إلا بسلطان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يرسل عليكما شواظ من نار ونحاس فلا تنتصران فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فإذا انشقت السماء فكانت وردة كالدهان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيومئذ لا يسأل عن ذنبه إنس ولا جان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يعرف المجرمون بسيماهم فيؤخذ بالنواصي والأقدام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان هذه جهنم التي يكذب بها المجرمون يطوفون بينها وبين حميم آن فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان ولمن خاف مقام ربه جنتان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان ذواتا أفنان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما عينان تجريان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما من كل فاكهة زوجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان متكئين على فرش بطائنها من استبرق وجنى الجنتين دان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهن قاصرات الطرف لم يطمثهن إنس قبلهم ولا جان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان كأنهن الياقوت والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان هل جزاء الإحسان إلا الإحسان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان ومن دونهما جنتان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان مدهامتان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما عينان نضاختان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما فاكهة والنخل ورمان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهن خيرات حسان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان حور مقصورات في الخيام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان لم يطمثهن إنس قبلهم ولا جان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان متكئين على رفرف خضر وعبقري حسان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان تبارك اسم ربك ذي الجلال والإكرام بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وما محمد إلا رسول وما محمد إلا رسول قد خلت من قبله الرسل أفإن مات أو قتل انقلبتم على أعقابكم ومن ينقلب على عقبيه فلن يضر الله شيئا وسيجزي الله الشاكرين صدق الله العلي العظيم اللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على رسول الله وآله الأطهار على رسول الله وآله الأطهار صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
So next on the agenda, we're having Sheikh Nurul. As you guys know, Sheikh Nurul is someone who's heavily sought after. He's actually on his way here. So amongst yourselves, the next 5 minutes, we'll go back to talking. When he's here, we'll resume. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So, as I mentioned, the next item on the agenda is Sheikh Nuru. Now, Sheikh Nuru is a huge asset to our community, forgetting the fact that he's a Chelsea fan, but we'll let that slip. I've had the pleasure of working with Sheikh over the last year in trying to bolster our community's political engagement and development. Because it's about time that we excelled in the field of creating genuine political leaders on the national and the international stage. For too long, our voices have been ignored. And for too long, we have not had our voice raised in the spheres of influence. For too long, our narrative has been written for us by people who don't get us. It's simple. We can protest, complain, and criticise all we want. So long as we don't have a seat on the table, we'll be on the menu. And it's great to see that Sheikh not only shares this vision, but is a great champion of this vision too. So hopefully we can all take some inspiration from the political astuteness of Prophet Muhammad and channel this to create future leaders. Can I welcome Sheikh Nuru to share some words of wisdom with the salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
محمد عمار وآل محمد واتشلفر. Is it working this one? Okay. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. ما صلى على محمد وآل محمد واتشلفر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Your voices are too low. Are you tired? صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. Very good, very good. Yeah, this is Milad salawat, you know. The first one, I don't know which salawat was that. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين. حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعلى أهل بيته الغر الميامين المنتجبين. قال الله عز وجل في كتابه الكريم: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لقد كان لكم في رسول الله أسوة حسنة لمن كان يرجو الله واليوم الآخر وذكر الله كثيرا. First of all is to thank Almighty God for gracing us with this wonderful moment to celebrate the birth anniversary of our beloved Prophet and his beloved grandson, Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq, alayhi salam. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate each and every one of you on this beautiful, auspicious occasion. And secondly, to congratulate you for organizing this program. This shows your commitment, your determination, and your love for our beloved prophets. So what I'm going to do is to have an interactive session with you. Is to pose a question and wait for some responses from you. If you know, you answer. You do not know, there's no problem. We're all learning, we're all students. We'll never finish learning until the moment we give back this life to God when He calls us. It is the day of our beloved prophets. So why not test our knowledge on the personality of this great human being ever created by Allah on earth. The topic I'm going to discuss briefly with you is prophet and servitude. Nabi wal-ubudiyya. Is to look at traces of servitude in the life of our beloved prophets. And the aim is really to encourage you as youth, as future leaders. In fact, you are already leaders, to continue determining to follow and emulate the footsteps of our beloved prophets. Allah cherishes more when He sees youth more determined when they are youth than when a person becomes old and he becomes determined in his or her faith. And I don't need to say this, you all know. This religion, and any other religion really, if you read history of religions, you realize that we're all given shapes by the youth. Without the commitments and the determinations of youth, Islam was not going to be having this shape and identity that it has today. Prophet made the best use of the potentials and the talents of the youth. Even all our imams who came after the holy prophets and the sincere companions of the holy prophets made the best out of the potentials and the talents of the youth. And as a result, we are all proud to be who we are today. And so youth, we've got very special role to play when it comes to our personal spiritual growth, as well as the growth and the development of our communities. So now let's start. And there's nothing to be shy about, really. You know the answer is up your hand. Answer. You don't know, no problem. I'm going to start with very simple questions. And then I will go to some difficult ones about servitude, as that will be what I would like us to go away with today. Think about it and reflect. Asante Habibi. The Holy Prophet of Islam first traveled with Abu Talib alayhi salam to Sham for trade, for business, to make money. How old was he when he traveled with Abu Talib? Any response? Very close. Thank you. 12, some said 15. And most of the scholars said 15. But 12 also, we have that narration. So he traveled with Abu Talib for business, for transactions, at the age of 15. All of you are more than 15 years of age. So I'm trying to inspire myself and to inspire you to say, when you are determined, you can achieve a lot. And it begins now, not tomorrow. Your spiritual growth, your physical growth, your social growth. You have to look at growth holistically. So that's the first question. Second question. When did the Holy Prophet migrate from the holy city of Mecca to Medina? So this has multiple answers. 53. Huh? 53. Excellent. 53. And at the age of 53, he migrated from the holy city of Mecca to Medina. That's correct. So now this reminds me of the other question, which is very simple, I guess. How many years did the Holy Prophet spend in the holy city of Mecca? 13 when he became a prophet. Excellent. But then, of course, from birth up to migration to Medina, 53 again. So he became prophet at the age of 40. You all know that. And then from there, he migrated. Now, question. You know, migration is a very important concept within the religion of Islam. And there are so many reasons as to why prophets, Ahlul Bayt, great people, great personalities migrated, and people continue to migrate. When it comes to the religion of Islam, Muslims, under the stewardship or the leadership of our beloved Prophet, had several migrations. How many migrations did the Prophet have? Now I need to stand. How many? Because this is simple questions, huh? Because we need to know our Prophet on our fingertips. So if you do not know when you hear the answer, put it in your hard drive, so you know it by heart. 3. Okay. Any other response here? How many? I want to hear from the ladies. He said 3, eh? Simji. Any other? How many migrations? 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Guess. How many? I am sure you know. 2. Okay. Good one. 3, 2. Any other? How many? Okay. 2. What are they? To Medina? So that's a good one. Mecca to Medina, Medina back to Mecca. That's a good one, but you see, Medina to Mecca, they don't call it migration anymore because Muslims were already settled. So migration you do when something's one way or the other is not going well. Could be financial, could be religious, could be safety, then you go, you settle. Now they are settled in Medina. Islamic governance was established, isn't it? Now he's free. He is in authority. So they returned back to Mecca for something very relevant. But that's a good one. So Mecca, Medina, and then the one who mentioned too. Mecca to Medina, and the last one? Very good, very good. So there are 3. There are 3. To Africa, someone says Ethiopia, which is true, Abyssinia. The king was a Christian king. Look at it. Prophet interacted with everyone. By the name Najashi. He became a Muslim. And he gave Muslims asylum. Very important. Meccans did not appreciate Prophet right from the word go. They pushed him away. And Prophet sent Ja'far to lead the Muslims to Ethiopia. And when he led them to Ethiopia, the king welcomed them. He gave them asylum, amnesty. And Islam grew there after Mecca. So the first place where Islam grew from or spread from, Mecca. Second place, Ethiopia. And it's important to read this history, my dear brothers and sisters, especially our youth, to appreciate the scope of Islam and the strategies of our beloved Prophet in ensuring that the world gets to know what Islam is all about. So the first migration was to Africa, Ethiopia. Second migration was where? No. Yeah, very close. Excellent. So the Suji. Second migration was from Mecca to Ta'if. Ta'if. Prophet, when he went to Ta'if, he was pelted. He bled profusely. He managed to convince only one person initially. And this person that time was a slave, Udas from Ninawa. He managed only one person. They made 2 rows, those people of Ta'if. He was coming, this row and that row, and there was no any other way for him except to go in between them. They were pelting him each and every step he was taking. Stones upon stones. He became exhausted. He bled. And he found a tree. He went under the tree. Then this man came to him, and Prophet spoke to him. So the second place is Ta'if. Ta'if is like 1 hour, 2 hours, if I'm not mistaken, from Mecca. And the third is to the holy city of Medina. So these are the 3 migrations. Last question on this, then we move forward because of time. This is also a very simple question. Mecca. In fact, I discussed this last week. Mecca, Medina. I'm saying this because I want to encourage you to read about Prophet. Mecca has 3 stages to the work that Prophet did. And Medina, 2 stages to the work he did. And these stages are very strategic. Prophet was very strategic leader. You want to learn leadership? In addition to what you do outside, at uni, conferences, spend time, invest time, read about the Holy Prophet and his leadership. It's unbelievable, it's amazing. Who can tell me the first stage of prophetic work in Mecca? This is a very tricky one. In Mecca, the first stage of his work, within 13 years. 13 years as prophet in Mecca. 10 years as prophet in Medina. 23 years as prophet. That's it. 2 decades. And within 2 decades, he changed people. He changed them. Ansars were willing to welcome Muhajirun. Come to my house. Quran speaks about this. Come to my house. Come. You have nothing to eat. Come, I give you. Within 2 decades. And you know, Prophet was sent to the most complicated people. Very uncivilized. Read history. Today you think we have difficulties. 0. They had no civilization. They did not believe in the beginning and in the end. They would say, وَمَا يُهْلِكُنَا إِلَّا الدَّهْرِ. We here to live our life, enjoy our life. When we die, nothing happens. Let's throw stones on Prophet or at Prophet. Let's go slaughter animals. Let's remove everything from the stomach of the animal. Let's throw it at Prophet. That's what they knew. But Prophet properly strategized. Thank you. They used to bury girls alive. Quran mentioned. Excuse me, crazy. Crazy. Not a good community. But he changed them within 23 years. So what was his first strategy in Mecca? Who can tell me? Think about it. Because this strategy, if you know, it will help you in your leadership at APSOCs. What was his first strategy in Mecca? And that strategy took 3 to 5 years. Remember, 13 years in Mecca. First 3 to 5 years, he invested it in something very strategic, which every leader must have. What was that? Let me tell you, and kindly pay attention. He used the first 3 to 5 years to build what they call ground forces, people's capacity. He identified potentials. You good. It's not saying the rest are not good. No, you've got potential. You are very committed. He built their capacities. You want to lead? Build the capacities of the students. Build their capacities. Not all, of course. You'll have general programs and you have specific programs. So that tomorrow when you are not there, those you are able to build their capacities, they will continue. And this is lacking in most of our communities, really. That's why successions are not there in our communities. One person is here, 5, 10 years, he goes, the other person comes, he starts something completely new. A leader, APSOC, was doing, he leaves Aston, or he leaves UOB, or wherever, the next one comes, there is no continuation. Big gap. Big gap. Prophet didn't do that. He spent or invested 3 to 5 years to build people's capacity. Capacity building is crucial. Today, if you look at the world, political world, economical world, is all about capacity building. If I can't build your capacities, who are under me, those that I lead, I am going to graduate, I'm going to go. I may fall ill, may God forbid. I may die, I may migrate. I may secure a job somewhere, I may go and leave you. Any leader who goes and leaves nothing behind is a failure. I promise you. So first 3 to 5 years, capacity building. Second stage was what? And this second stage, 3 to 4 years, according to historians, he went out full force. First stage, he did not go out like all. No, he tried calling people here and there, but the focus was on building people's capacity. Your executive members. These are very important. Your cabinets. So that you become like-minded, if you like. But second stage, no, he went full force. Call everyone. All APSOC members come. We have conference. Let's have this conference. Let's do this. But first stage, no. Special attention to the leaders, the close leaders. And then the last stage of Makkah was what? Was migration. Migrating, because he realized now, alhamdulillah, he built people like Imam Ali, Abu Dharr al-Ghifari, Bilal al-Khabashi. He built all of them. Now, you know what? No big deal. Jafar, I'm going to sit here in Makkah. You, Jafar, lead them to Ethiopia, because I've already built your capacity. You should be able to handle. I'm not worried. I'm not going to macro-manage you. Prophet never macro-managed. Wallahi. You want to become secretary, you want to become, I don't know, the chairman, you want to become the treasurer, you want to become, I don't know. It doesn't work out. Prophet gave people free hands. Of course, within the Islamic etiquette. So that's Makkah for you. Medina, 2 stages. The first stage in Medina took 5 years. He spent all in all 10 years in Medina, isn't it? First stage, 5 years in Medina. You know what he did? He established Islamic governance. 5 years it took him. Oh, it wasn't easy. 5 years. During that 5 years, I mentioned it here at the mosque last week. What he did, he made sure the constitution of Medina was drafted. I told people, Google Constitution of Medina. The famous line in that constitution is what? Christians, Jewish, and Muslims must live side by side. Because there were so many Jews in Medina and Christians. Read Islamic history. He did not crush people. He did not chase people away. He did not abuse them. He did not insult them. He did not marginalize them. So first 5 years in in Medina was the establishment. Look, even Allah, let me ask you this question, man. I'm sure you know this, man. You know, in Islam, we have so many acts of worship. When was Salat given to the Prophet? When was Salat given to Prophet? Yeah, everybody knows Miraj. Classic, that's good, man. Miraj happened when he was in Makkah, isn't it? But there wasn't Zuhur, Asr, and all those kind of things. But you are right. You know, most of these acts of worship were given to Prophet in Medina. So look at Allah, is very strategic. Makkah is the beginning. Lay the foundation, no rush. Fasting was given in Medina. Not in Makkah. Hence, when he got to Medina, now Islamic governance was established. And look at Quran. When Allah talks of Makkah, he said, Ya ayyuhan nas. But when it comes to Medina, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu, because people were already believers in Medina. And then, of course, the last stage in Medina was what? Very simple. It was returning back to Mecca. That is what the sister mentioned earlier on. Now widening the scope of Islam and spreading the wings of Islam. So Prophet returned to Mecca. Sulhul Hudaybiyah, the peace treaty, was struck between the Prophet and Quraysh. You need this to read this because you are on campuses. Share it with people, how Islam is universal, how Islam is peaceful, how Islam is accommodating. Of course, Quraysh, unfortunately, they did not follow what they agreed with the Holy Prophets. And that is why you realize Sulhul Hudaybiyah was signed, Prophet had to go back. And then the next year, he went. Question. Now I want the ladies to answer this question for me. How many Hajj Prophet did? How many Hajj? You know, some of the Imams, mashallah, you know, our Imams, so many Hajj. Now the gents, I will come to you. How many Hajj Prophet? That's a good observation, man. That's a good. She said he couldn't do Hajj when he left Makkah for Medina, but he did it only when he was in Makkah. But by that time, the whole law of Hajj was there, but it was not complete. It wasn't that complete, but Hajj was there. People used to do Hajj. So when he was in Makkah, he didn't do Hajj per se. Of course, he was used to go to Haram, worship. And you know, sometimes those cowards, excuse my word, Prophet will be going to Makkah, worshipping God. They will get two of their giants, these bodybuilders, you know, one on the right and one on the left. The one on the left will be screaming while he was worshipping God. And the one on the right will be clapping the hand. So Makkah, it was a bit challenging. All his Hajj, if you like, was when he was in Medina. So how many Hajj did he do? Anyone here from the ladies? You know this, I'm sure you know. Thank you, just one. May God bless you. Because I say how many Hajj, so only one. That's it. They call it Hajjatul Wada, the farewell Hajj. Now I'm done. My topic, I said, is servitude. I'm not going to take much time here because I want you to go away with something. Servitude. Prophet and Obodiah servitude. You know, essence of life is to connect with God. That's the essence of life. Whatever you do in life, if you can't connect with God, then something is missing. Now, question. What does it mean to say connect with God? This is a general question. You should know this. Servitude, connecting with Allah. What does it mean? So that's a good one, to see Him. But the thing is, Allah is not a matter that has weight and occupies a space. So Allah is not physical. You are physical, I am physical. So I'm just occupying this place. I'm not even occupying there. I am limited by time and I'm limited by space. But Allah is not limited neither by time nor by space, isn't it? So when you say to see Him, what does it mean?
Put Him first, like, I don't know, like, whatever you do.
Excellent. That's a good one. That's a good. Yes, you can see Allah with your heart. As Imam Ali says, you can see Allah with heart. Which, alhamdulillah, those who really cleanse their souls, they are able to see Allah. In different ways, Muslims, non-Muslims, they've got their own ways, but definitely people can see God with their heart. So that is good answer. Any other answer when we say to connect with God, my dear sisters? What do you understand by this? I want to connect with God. Or simple one, spirituality. What does it mean? What do you understand by spirituality? Because my spirituality, Sheikh, well, I want to work on my spirituality. I'm lacking on my spirituality. Okay, what is spirituality? To connect with God. What is to connect with God? Can someone tell me? Don't feel shy. Talk. Very good. Sense of direction. That's an excellent one. I need to have focus in my life. I need to have direction. Yes, I'm working and my boss expects a law, and as a result of that, I have direction. That's temporary one. But now I'm conscious of my maker. Before even being conscious of working environment, that gives you that sense of direction, and that makes you really responsible person. That's a good one. Last one. What is to connect with God, guys? I need one answer here. I want to connect with God because it's the essence of life. Whatever you do, believe in me, my dear brothers and sisters. And we've learned this the hard way during the COVID-19 era. We're still in COVID, but now it's okay. Insan is reduced to nothing. Habibi. Mr. Paul is a big shot. Now if you talk with... Absolutely.
And then you get so many different levels. The ideal, of course, is that when you see it, it's like God is seeing through your eyes.
Absolutely.
With your actions, it's like God is acting through you in everything which you do.
Absolutely. I totally agree. That recognition is very important. To recognize God. And as mystics mentioned, we go to God through people and we go to people through God. This very recognition. You may know God or about God, but do you recognize God? This ilm and this ma'rifah, two different things. So really, Sheikh Paul, this is very powerful. I need to recognize God. Once you recognize Him, then you are conscious. You're able to connect. That's a good one. And I like that there are different levels, which is true. I'll give you an example of the Prophet and I'm done. It will be stories, then I'm done. There are different levels. Mystics from different backgrounds have different levels to discuss. The main one, the first level is what? Really to be overwhelmed by the presence of God. So I'll give an example. We're sitting here and Ammar and the team or MK comes here and tells us, you know what, Sheikh? Queen is coming here. Queen Elizabeth. How will you feel? No, let's be honest. You'll feel, oh, Queen is coming. I need to look presentable. I need to wait for her to come. I wanted to have a good image of my community. I will present myself in a different way. Let's give another example. Say you all sitting here and you are told Aga Sistani is coming here. Said Sistani. One way or another you'll be overwhelmed, isn't it? No. Your school vice chancellor or pro vice chancellor calls you to the office. I've realized that you are a good student. Come to my office. I want to talk to you. How do you feel? You become overwhelmed. That's the first level of ubudiyya, servitude. That I believe Allah is everywhere. So wherever I go, I am overwhelmed by the presence of Allah. It's not easy level. For one to achieve this level, one must stay away from sins intentionally. That's the biggest headache and the mountain we have to cross to get to this level. Yes, we pray every day. We recite Quran every day. But there are sins we are committing. As a result of those sins, we hardly feel the spark of Allah's presence and existence in our heart. That's the first level. You don't need to wake up for Salatul Layl, midnight to pray. That's a different level. This is just simple level of being overwhelmed by the presence of Allah. Sin, one has to stay away from it. That's the first level. Second level is what one of you mentioned. It's not to think of anyone, anything except you think about Allah. When I come here, before I see you, I see Allah there. That's second level. Imam Ali mentioned, I've never seen anything except I see Allah with it, before it, and after it. That's a different high level. And the last level is what? I don't even have any existence. The existence belongs to Allah. I'm just a shadow. Everything belongs to Allah. So our level is the first level. We have to be overwhelmed. And how do you go about it? Stay away from sins. You know, prophets, brothers and sisters, is our role model. And he strove very hard to connect with his maker. I'm saying this to encourage you not to play with your worships, not to play with your commitment with Allah. Keep struggling, keep striving. You are youth, energetic, educated, smart. This is the time to connect with God. Look at examples from the life of the prophets. Prophet would pray until their feet were swollen in the middle of the night. His wife would ask him, why? God has given you everything. Then he said, can't I be grateful to my Lord? Afala akuna abdan shakura. I want to be grateful to God. That's why I'm standing on my feet to pray in the darkness of the night. It's an inspiration. Salama would wake up in the darkness of the night and she would hear him praying, Allahumma la takilni ila nafsi tarfata aynin abada. God, do not leave me alone even for a twinkle of an eye. And he would say, my peace of mind is placed in salah. He said, when a hungry man goes for food, he becomes satisfied. But when I pray, I do not become satisfied of praying. I want to encourage you, my dear brothers and sisters, you on campuses, when you have time, wake up at night and pray. There is secret in this. I don't have time to discuss it more. Wake up at night. Pray. At least 10 minutes, 15 minutes before Fajr. If you don't want to do anything, make wudu, do Shafi'i and Witr. You know what is Shafi'i and Witr? If you know what is Shafi'i and Witr, raise up your hand. If you know. If you know Shafi'i and Witr, raise up your hand. Even the gent here, if you know what is Shafi'i and Witr, raise up your hand. Oh. I see your hand is like half cooked, half baked. Very good. Anyone else? Very good, mashallah, from the ladies I've got good. Shafi'i and Witr, who knows? If you know, raise up your hand, guys. Baba gents, please raise up your hands, man. Don't be stingy. I see Haji Rashid and Habib al-Ghali min Shabak al-Imam al-Hussein. Abadak Allah, Habibi. Aini bad, Habibi. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shafi. You know, if you don't do anything about namaz shab, don't miss Shafi'i and Witr. 2 raka'at and 1 before Fajr. 2 and 1. I want to later Google about the Shafi and Witr. But don't play with your salat. This is where I leave you. If you have questions, you can have 2 questions here, 2 questions here if you have. If you don't have, then we make dua and get the biryani and go. Long time we have not eaten biryani because there has not been marriages because of corona. All the marriages were Zoom marriages. So they don't send us biryani. MK, karibu, karibu. Any question here? Okay. Salam. Ah, very good. So, he said they were discussing when they were coming from Warwick Upsock. Leading Jamaat prayer, do you need permission? No, you only need the permission of the people you are leading. If they trust you, that's it. Yeah, but you need to be clear in your mind that you understand the rulings of Salah. If those you are leading, they don't want you, then you have problem. You see, I lead here, they tell me, Sheikh Nur, Salaam Alaikum, I pack my bag. Yeah, so you need only from them, but you don't need permission from anyone. You just need to know that you are responsible, you trust, you understand general rulings of Salah. When mistakes happen within Salah, you don't start afresh, you are able to amend it and continue. And then you are okay. But if they don't trust you, then you can't lead them. Yeah. Very good. Good question. Can we join our Sunni brothers in Juma? Yes. If there is no any close by Shi'i Jum'ah, you are allowed to join them, but obviously after Jum'ah, you need to do Zuhur ihtiyatan, precautionary. But definitely you are allowed. Yeah. And if you do that, and if you do that, you get the reward of Juma. So I say there is this Shia who says, you know, it's Sunni, I'm not going. And then you go. And of course you do the ihtiyat, 4 rak'at, your Zuhur, whatever. You get the reward of Juma. This one doesn't get the reward of Juma. Yeah, Juma is a barakah, it's a makhsus, habibi. Juma is makhsus. So you go, obviously you don't fold your arm like this, but definitely go. Islam encourage more, it's crucial. Our Maraji encourage that, yeah, absolutely. Habibi, you wanted to ask something? Yeah. That. No, it's not easy. Yes, there is what is important, you see, we always encourage people to do a lot of interfaith and intrafaith work. That's the beginning. You're not going there, you want to change people to become Shias or to become Muslims. No. Interfaith and intrafaith will change people's perception to begin with about Islam and Shiism. Because if you remain where you are, people will not know who you are and how you are going. Yeah, so an example, interfaith is what? APSOC. Inshallah, one day I will sit with your leadership. I've got some suggestions for APSOC. What you need to do annually, you need to have at least 3, because you are busy, you are a student, interfaith and intrafaith conferences. Don't worry about the number of people who are coming. Consistency is crucial. Let's begin with intrafaith. Intrafaith meaning with Muslims. Organize a program. Say about the Prophet Muhammad. And invite them, ask some of them to speak about Prophet. And you also speak. By doing so, you are bridging gaps. That's the first thing you need to do. No, quiz. You want to organize quiz or debate sessions. Invite them. We are having debate. Will you join? Will you participate? Bridge gaps. And when they invite you, go. Go. You know, this is what we call in community organizing relational power. You need to have a relational power. We've got two forms of power. We have a dominant power, we have a relational power. Dominant power is not good. I'm alone, we're going to do it. No. Relational power is what? I need to build a relationship with you before we start flying together. So you need to be, even with your lecturers, with your chancellors, you need to have relational power. You know, the benefit of relational power is what? If you want something, it will be done. But it takes time to build the relational power. So let me give you a typical example. You know, we've got what is called power analysis. So say Warwick Uni, your faculty, your department. The high person or the higher is the vice chancellor, for example. Then you come, secretary, whatever, up to the receptionist. Before you build the relational power, you need to do power analysis. How do you do it? So, okay, my aim is to connect with the vice chancellor, but it's going to be mountain to climb. But I'm not going to give up. Who in this office will be easy for me to connect with as a point of departure? A receptionist or the car park guard. So I connect with that person only. After connecting with that person, mashallah, we can take a walk. How are you? Every time you see your family? Oh, mashallah, very good. I'm saying mashallah because you are Muslim. Mashallah. Then later I say, okay, fine. Oh, can I meet the receptionist? Not in her office or in his office. Why? No, I just want to introduce ourselves. You know, we are Muslims by the name Shia. You heard of this Shia? Yeah, I just want to introduce ourselves here. That's it. Build that relationship with them. Then slowly, this is what we call power analysis. It's a big workshop on this. But you need that. That's how you are able to build what is called relational power. So when you want something, you call the person. No, it's not going to do. No, but eventually they will do. That's how you do. So your leaders in APSOC, they can do much. And I think Shias, you can do a lot on campuses. Because they want to know about Shias. And sometimes write an article about Shias in the university magazine or something. You APSOCs, you need to have magazines or, you know, quarterly magazine about your activities about Shias. Muharram comes, you need to write something. Academics want to read. I go to universities, I know what is happening. Academics want to read. Write about Arba'in. No, you just want to write about how Muharram is commemorated in the UK. It's a big thing for the academics, Habibi. So I think you guys can do a lot, man, inshallah. And inshallah, when we have time, we can sit and then discuss this further, inshallah. Salawat. I'm done, guys, man.
Thank you very, very much, Sheikh. As always, an excellent lecture. And today, focus on capacity building is excellent because one of the items on the agenda is a quiz. And I think the foundation of capacity building is knowledge. So hopefully, as part of this quiz, we can build some capacity. But before we go on to the quiz, the next item on the agenda is an awesome one. We've got my dear brother and friend, Mullah Rashid Haider. Now, last week, I heard Mullah Rashid reciting at the Muslim Centre of Essex as he was participating in a Swahili and style Mawlid celebration with drums, percussion, and a killer Swahili biryani. So Rashid, let's carry some of that MC spirit here today. I've heard Rashid before, so I'm in no doubt that he's absolutely going to smash this today. Can you welcome him with a salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad?
صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear brothers and sisters. Mubarak to you all on these, mashallah, amazing wiladas, and amazing work to all you guys. May Allah bless you for all of the amazing work that you're doing, inshallah. The first nasheed that I want to recite, the words aren't hard, but I need heavy backing from you guys, inshallah. So before I begin, please recite aloud Salat ala Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. Muhammad Habibi Ya Muhammad Habibi Habibi Ya Muhammad Habibi Habibi Ya Muhammad Habibi Habibi Ya Muhammad, the great Habib of Allah, the great Nabi of Allah, the great Rasul of Allah, O Muhammad, the great Habib of Allah, the great Nabi of Allah, the great Rasul of Allah, O Muhammad, Habibi, Ya Muhammad, Habibi, Habibi, Ya Muhammad, Habibi, Habibi, hey Habibi, Ya Muhammad, Habibi, the great Habib of Allah, the great Nabi of Allah, the great Rasul of Allah, O Muhammad, the great Habib of Allah, the great Nabi of Allah, the great Rasul of Allah, O Muhammad, Habibi, Ya Muhammad, hey Habibi, Ya Muhammad, Habib, hey Habibi, Ya Muhammad, hey Ya Muhammad, Habibi, the great Habib of Allah, the great Nabi of Allah, the great Rasul of Allah, O Muhammad, the great Habib of Allah, the great Nabi of Allah, the great Rasul of Allah, O Muhammad. Today is the day we celebrate the best of creation, Habibi, Ya Habibi. Today is the day we celebrate the best of creation, Habibi, Ya Habibi. Clap your hands together and let's celebrate as one nation, Habibi, Ya. Shout with your loudest voice and let's celebrate as one nation. Habibi, raise and clap. Let's all rejoice together. Smile and let's all rejoice together. Raise your hands. Let's all rejoice together. Shout aloud. Let's all rejoice together. So the heavens can hear us. Angels descend among us. They recite alongside us. For Muhammad, Habibi, Ya Muhammad. Hey Habibi, Ya Muhammad. Hey Habibi, Ya Muhammad. Hey Ya Muhammad, Habibi, the great Habib of Allah, the great Nabi of Allah, the great Rasul of Allah, O Muhammad, the great Habib of Allah, the great Nabi of Allah, the great Rasul of Allah, O Muhammad. Today is the day we celebrate the best of creation, Habibiyah. Today is the day we celebrate the best of creation. Today is the day God graced us with His greatest salvation, Habibiyah. Clap your hands together and let's celebrate as one nation, Habib. Habibi, raise and clap. Let's all rejoice together. Smile and let's all rejoice together. Raise your hands. Let's all rejoice together. Shout aloud. Let's all rejoice together. So the heavens can hear us. Angels descend among us. They recite alongside us for Muhammad. So the heavens can hear us. Angels descend among us. They recite alongside us for Muhammad. Habibi, ya Muhammad. Hey, Habibi, ya Muhammad. Habibi, ya Muhammad. Habibi, ya Muhammad. The great Habib of Allah, the great Nabi of Allah, the great Rasul of Allah, O Muhammad. The great Habib of Allah, the great Nabi of Allah, the great Rasul of Allah, O Muhammad. Today is the day we celebrate the best of creation, Habibi, ya Habibi. Today is the day God graced us with His greatest salvation. Habibi, ya. Clap your hands together and let's celebrate as one nation. Habibi, ya Habibi, raise and clap. Let's all rejoice together. Smile and let's all rejoice together. Raise your hands. Let's all rejoice together. Shout aloud. Let's all rejoice together. So the heavens can hear us. Angels descend among us. They recite alongside us for Muhammad. Habibi, ya Muhammad. Habibi, ya Muhammad. Habibi, ya Muhammad. Habibi, Habibi, ya Muhammad. The great Habib of Allah, the great Nabi of Allah, the great Rasul of Allah, O Muhammad. The great Habib of Allah, the great Nabi of Allah, the great Rasul of Allah, Muhammad. Habibi, ya Muhammad, Habibi, Habibi. Habibi, ya Muhammad, Habibi, the great Habib of Allah, the great Nabi of Allah, the great Rasul of Allah, O Muhammad. The great Habib of Allah, the great Nabi of Allah, the great Rasul of Allah, O Muhammad. Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Ali, Ali. بنبي عربي ورسول المدني وأخيه يسد الله المسمى بعلي وبالزهراء بتول وبأمي ولدتها وشبلين وصبطين هما نجل زكي صلوات على محمد وعلى آل محمد صلوات على محمد وعلى محمد صلوات على محمد وعلى voices صلوات على محمد محمد بنبي عربي ورسول المدنيين وأخيه يسد الله المسمى بعلي وبالزهراء بتول وبأمي ولدتها وشبلين وصبطين هما نجل زكي صلوات على محمد وعلى محمد وعلى محمد صلوات على محمد صلوات محمد وبالسجاد وبالباقر والصادق حقا وبموسى وعلي وتقي ونقي صلوات على محمد وعلى آله صلوات على محمد محمد صلوات على محمد وعلى صلوات على محمد وبالسجاد وبالباقر والصادق حقا وبموسى وعلي وتقي ونقي صلوات على محمد وعلى محمد صلوات. Voices brothers, voices. محمد صلوات على محمد. محمد صلوات على محمد وبالسجاد وبالباقر والصادق حقا وبموسى وعلي وتقي ونقي صلوات على محمد. صلوات على محمد. وبالعسكر والحجة القائم بالأمر صلوات. علي علي مولى علي علي مولى علي علي مولى علي 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 مولى علي علي مولى علي 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 مولى علي علي مولى علي علي مولى علي. حب علي فوز الشيعي غدا. حب علي فوز الشيعي فامدد لي في يوم حسابي يدا. إن صلاتي ثم صيامي إذا لم يشفع لي حيدر ضاعت صدى. علي علي مولى علي 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 مولى علي 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 مولى علي علي مولى علي علي مولى علي. And who but Haydar can open Khaybar? And who but Haydar can open Khaybar? Who was the savior? Ali, Ali. On that horizon a man from iron stood like an iron. Ali, Ali. Ali is fearless and you are careless if you ever face Ali, 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 Ali Mawla, Ali, Ali Mawla, Ali, Ali, Ali Mawla, La Ali, Ali, Ali Mawla, Ali, Ali Mawla. علي يشهد ربي أن بروحي له. يشهد ربي أن بروحي له حبا دوما قلبي فيه شدا. صهر الهادي أنت مرادي علي. صهر الهادي أنت مرادي علي. علي علي مولى علي علي مولى علي علي مولى علي 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 مولى علي 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 مولى علي علي مولى علي علي. One more time, louder, louder. علي علي مولى علي علي مولى علي 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 مولى علي علي مولى علي. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
Thank you so much, Mullah Rashid. Every single time I hear you, there's always something better. And it's fantastic, because you start at such an excellent level, but there's always something that makes it even better every single time. Thank you so much. So on to the next item on the agenda, bit of capacity building. We got a quiz going. Now, the quiz is currently being set up. It's a Kahoot. There'll be a code that appears on the screen in not too long. So please enter the code. It's not appeared yet, but I can see it's 412-3206. So could everyone get on kahoot.it and put in the code, please? Now, I've been told that the prize is this big tub of Quality Streets. I'm trying to figure out how big it is. 2 kilos. 2 kilos of Quality Streets for the winner of this Kahoot. So it's all to play for. Sensible names, please, yeah? We don't want to kick anyone out. If you don't already know, we've got a raffle going today. 3 excellent prizes on offer. First one is the Revival of the Heart book by Sheikh Jawad Shumali. Only launched last week. It's hot off the press. It's in demand. So this is your chance to get a copy right here, right now. Second item is some really, really tasty cinnamon buns, I think they are, baked by one of our fellow ABSOC members. And the final item is a piece of calligraphy done by Zoya. Zoya's calligraphy is a household name amongst ABSOCs, so you have your chance to get a piece today. Buy the raffle tickets right at the back. They're only £1 per ticket, so that you can get an opportunity to get your hands on some of these wonderful items. Right, Kahoot is really nearly ready to go. So how long are we going to give it, Akil? Another 2 minutes? Another minute, I reckon. All right, we're kicking off. Question number 1, true or false? The year the Prophet was born is known as the year of the camel. Yasser in the lead, fantastic. Fatima second and IN third. Question number 2, which of the following was the Prophet's occupations before he became a prophet? Tailor, merchant, carpenter, or farmer? And we got a new leader, Fatima in the lead. How much of an age difference was there between the Prophet and his wife, Bibi Khadija? 10, 11, 12, or 13 years? Only 9 of you got that right. There is a 10 years age gap between the Prophet and his wife. Fatima still maintains the lead, but we've got a new second person, HFM, whoever that is. Question number 4, in which cave did the Prophet first receive his revelation of the Quran? Tur, Uta, Sinai, or Hira? It was Hira. 22 of you got that correct. Mahdi is coming up the leaderboard. Fantastic. Question number 5, what is the name of the Prophet's mother? Is it Amina, Fatima, Khadija, or Layla? Guys, come closer if you can't see. Come closer. HFM has taken the lead. When is the Prophet Muhammad's wiladat date? Come on, guys. 17th Rabiul Awwal, 12th Rabiul Awwal, 15th Shaban, or 10th of Rabiul Awwal? If you don't get this, come on. 3 of you went for 12th Rabiul Awwal. What are you guys playing at? It's the 17th of Rabiul Awwal. HFM is in the lead, but Faluda boys are making their way up. Next question, question number 7. The Prophet said, I am the city of knowledge, and Ali is the gate, guardian, bridge, or river. Or as some people like to say, the door. 28 of you got it right, the gate. Fantastic. HFM is still in the lead. Now, how many prophets are mentioned in the Quran? 24, 25, 26, or 27? Bit more of a challenging question, this. It is 25. Only 11 got it right. There's been some movement. Mahdi is top of the leadership board. How many verses are there in the Quran? 612, 6236, 6616, or 6326? It is 6236, only 8 got that right. There's going to be some movement, I reckon. And there is HFM in the lead. Faluda boys up into 3rd, Mahdi in 2nd. Yasser Silji, you still got a chance. You still got a chance. Which prophet was the book of Zabur given to? Dawood, Nuh, Yusuf, or Yaqub? This is the last religious question I've been told. I don't know what's next, but the last religious question is this. Mahdi taken top position once again. HFM 2nd, Faluda boys 3rd. How many languages are written from right to left? A bit of general knowledge thrown in. 12, 13, 14, or 15? It is 12. Faluda boys up to top. Which sea creature has 3 hearts? A whale, an octopus, a shark, or a dolphin? It is an octopus. No movement at the top. Faluda boys still have prime position. Human cells typically have how many copies of each gene? 1, 2, 3, or 4? The biologists in the room should get this. It is 2. Come on, guys. Someone needs to knock Faluda boys off their perch. In which year was the first Toy Story movie released? 95, 96, 97, or 98? All before I was born, to be fair. It is 95, but for some reason, did no one get this right? There's been a glitch. There's been a glitch. Question number 15. What is the lightest existing metal? Our connection's been lost. Come on. Can we get it going again? There we go. Aluminium, copper, titanium, or iron? What is the lightest existing metal? It is aluminium out of the ones up there. Faluda boys still with a fairly healthy lead, but all to play for. With 260 goals, who is the Premier League's all-time top scorer? Wayne Rooney, Thierry Henry, Alan Shearer, or Sergio Aguero? Alan Shearer, only 7 of you got that right. Faluda boy is still on top, but there's only about 400 points in it. Which NBA player is the all-time points leader? LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or Kobe Bryant? It is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Faluda boy is still top, but Yasser making some moves. How often is the Commonwealth Games held? I believe they're in Birmingham next year, aren't they? Every year, every 2 years, every 3 years, or every 4 years? It is every 4 years. Yasser up to 3rd. HFM and how many rings make up the Olympics symbol? Should be fairly. 3, 4, 5, or 6? If anyone gets this wrong, I'm not sure. 6? I have no idea who wrote 6. But HFM up to 3rd. And final question, the Los Angeles Lakers and the New York Knicks play which sport? Baseball, football, basketball, or hockey? Correct answer is basketball. Did anyone manage to knock off Faluda boys off the top? So, third place, 15 out of 20, HFM. Second place, also 15 out of 20, Mahdi. And in top place, drum roll please, Faluda boys. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Could I get someone from Faluda boys to come up and get this hefty box of chocolates? Another salawat, please. Please do share. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Now, next item on the agenda is Yusuf Akera. Yusuf Akera, what can I say? Firstly, on behalf of everyone who's watched Earth's Paradise, I think you and Brother Rashid absolutely smashed it. But also, I remember you when you were young. From those days in the Mehfil Children's Room, to see your progress from then up till now has been absolutely fantastic. We've all seen that photo of you and Mir Hassan Mir last week, but rumor has it that Mir Hassan Mir asked you for the photo, not the other way around. Can we please welcome Brother Yusuf Akera with a loud salawat? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Another one, please.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Assalamu alaikum to all my brothers and sisters and everyone watching online. Firstly, Milad Nabi Mubarak to all of you, and thank you to Ahlul Bayt Islamic Society for giving me this beautiful opportunity to be here in front of all of you to do the zikr of Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. Mullah Rashid has set a very high standard. And I'm mostly reciting in the Urdu language, so I don't know how many people will understand. But inshallah, hopefully bring some peace in your hearts. If you can just recite a loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Because time is very short, I'll recite something that maybe the whole crowd will be familiar with, and hopefully you can give me some backing support. Ali Ali Maula, Ali Ali Maula, Ali Ali Maula, Haidar Maula, Ali Ali Maula, Ali Ali Maula, Ali Ali Maula, Haidar Maula, Ali Ali Maula, Ali Ali Maula, Ali Ali Maula, Haidar Maula. चारों तरफ मिदहत की फजाएं आओ ज़माने भर को सजाए आज ज़हूर है मौला अली का क्यों न खुशी में नारा लगाए वजद में आकर नारा लगाया अली अली मौला हैदर मौला अली अली मौला अली अली मौला. MashaAllah, all the Absok teams are mentioning me on Instagram. Ali Ali Maula, Ali Ali Maula, Ali Ali. तेरा रजब की बज़्म सजाई खूब हुई फिर मदह सराई इश्क तेरा दरवेश बनाए इश्क तेरा बख्शे दानाए खूब विला का जाम पिया था फिर भी नशे में मैं नहीं डोला अली अली मौला अली अली मौला. One more time, Ali Ali Maula, Ali. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. तूने नमाज़े इश्क सिखाई तूने हमें तौहीद बताई कौन बयां कर पाएगा मौला तेरी फजीलत तेरी बढ़ाई पढ़ने लगा वो तेरा कसीदा जब भी कभी कुरान को खोला अली अली मौला अली अली मौला अली अली मौला हैदर मौला अली अली मौला अली अली मौला है। ओ चारों तरफ मिदहत की फजाए, आओ ज़माने भर को सजाए। आज ज़हूर है मौला अली का, क्यों न खुशी में नारा लगाए। वजद में आकर नारा लगाया, अली अली मौला हैदर मौला अली अली मौला अली 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 मौला हैदर मौला अली अली मौला अली 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 मौला हैदर मौला पर मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि
Thank you so much, Yusuf, for that awesome recitation. So to wrap things up, we've got the raffle, the announcement of the raffle. Now, the raffle ticket's closed. Are we closing it now? We've closed it apparently. So if you haven't got your raffle ticket, I'm sorry about that. But for those who have, you have a chance to win some awesome prizes. To do the raffle proceedings, we've got the guy behind this event, the mastermind of this event, Ammar Ali Jafar. Can we welcome him with a salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad? So, number one, the number he's picked out is 41. Who's got ticket number 41? Can you please stand up, make yourself known? Okay, so guys, we've just been told the guy who hasn't bought the ticket hasn't been able to make it. Do we think that's fair? Do we think it should be someone who's been able to make it who gets the tickets? Can we have a yes or a no? Yes, if...
I'm here as proxy.
He's here as proxy, but I think it's only fair that people in the room get to win the ticket. So can we have another draw, please? Sorry? Okay. Next one. Next ticket. 112 is also this fella over here. How many tickets have you bought, mate? A lot of tickets. Final ticket number 7. You got number 7 as well? Who's got number 7? Number 7, ticket number 7. Is that you? Can we have a salawat for the sister who's got ticket number 7? Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Now, I believe you're entitled to this wonderful plate of treats, so I'll put it on the table. Can we have another salawat, please? Okay. So the brother who's won 2 tickets over here is entitled to Zoya's and the Revival of the Heart. Unfortunately, the brother couldn't be here, so we've got a proxy to pick it up on behalf of him. So, can we have 2 loud salawats for 2 wonderful items? Salawat. No worries. Now, before we end this, thank you so much on behalf of all of the ABSOCs for attending this event. Hopefully, you've been filled with happiness and been inspired to follow in the footsteps of the man we're here to celebrate today. Let the actions, the happiness, the spirit that we've all picked up today be that passion that channels our energies for tomorrow. And let us transform ourselves like the Prophet Muhammad. So can I take this opportunity once again to thank you all for coming, and we're going to end for ziyarat. Could I welcome Brother Irfan Nanji to do ziyarat with a salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Which way is Qibla? It's this way.
السلام عليك يا مولاي يا رسول الله. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا علي بن أبي طالب. السلام عليك يا مولاتي يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا حسن المجتبى. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله الحسين سيد الشهداء. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا علي بن الحسين زين العابدين. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا محمد الباقر. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا جعفر الصادق. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا موسى الكاظم. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا علي الرضا. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا محمد الجواد. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا علي الحادي. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا حسن العسكري. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا صاحب العصر والزمان. الأمان الأمان الأمان. السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن. السلام عليك يا كعبة الإيمان. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن. السلام عليك يا إمامنا وإمام الإنس والجان. عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله مخرجك وظهورك ورحمة الله وبركاته. اللهم صل على محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى
Guys, thank you all for coming. If the brothers can take a seat, let the ladies walk out first. Grab there's desserts by the door. Just grab your desserts, and then we'll get the gents to vacate the hall. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية أمير المؤمنين. الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية أمير المؤمنين. أحمد العلي العلي خصني بفضل خلى قلبي وفكري باسمه منشغل. ابتدي يومي بعلي وبيكتمل من يجي الليل بعلي ابقى ابتهل. من يجي الليل بعلي ابقى ابتهل. علي من الهج باسمه علي تنزاح كل غمه علي يرسم لي هالبسمه بعيون الدنيا تحن. اي علي واللي يعرفه يشوفه علي باحسانه ما يعوفه علي لو مدلك جفوفه تشوف الخير كله. الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية أمير المؤمنين. الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية أمير المؤمنين. بنرتبط اسمي بعلي بعيني شفت المعنى من كلمة سعادة وعرفت لو أشوف الدنيا وحشة ما خفت
أمر الله على الأملاك طشوا الورد ويا الزينة هذا اليوم داح الباب يتلال بنور علينا أمر الله على الأملاك طشوا الورد ويا الزينة هذا اليوم داح الباب يتلال بنور علينا يتلال بنور علينا
علي مولى مولى علي مولى علي مولى مولى علي مولى
يا من لدى البيت انولد معجزة إلى الأبد أسماء وأسماء
أسماء وأسماء
مذ جاء للدنيا سجد للخالق الفرد الصمد شانيه آما
شانه أعمى
انشق موسى بالعصا فانفلقت تلك البحارة البيت الحرام لمقدمك يا سيدي شد الجدار هو الأعلى مولى علي مولى 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 مولى
علي مولى مولى علي مولى علي مولى مولى علي مولى
الشمس لما غربت أو للمغيب اقتربت والليل غمّا
والليل غمّا
عادت كما قد ذهبت إلى السماء والتهبت والنور عمّا
والنور عمّا
ذاك ابن ود ومرحب وحزبهم وباب خيبر لسيفك الموت انحنى وفي الوقت